Hey folks, Jason Wright, the Vitruvian guy, here to talk to you a little bit about how to start developing a growth mindset. Now, this is something I feel pretty passionate about because I know that early in my life, a fixed mindset is something that has held me back multiple times throughout my life. And so I have now adopted a growth mindset. And as a result, I actually now, whenever I'm trying to pursue any big endeavor, something that's out there that I know I want to go after, but I'm just not doing it. I mean, maybe you're like me. There's something that you know you want to do. Write a book, take a dance class, become a bowler. I don't know, but it's always rattling around the back of your head, but you don't do it. So what I've done is I've come up with some questions to try to evaluate why. So I have a litmus test now that I'd like to share with you all about, why we put things off. And here's the deal. I don't think that we actually say, I can't do something. That removes all the power. We should just remove that from our vocabulary. The I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't go back to school. I can't learn to play the guitar. I can't change jobs. No, it needs to be replaced with I won't learn to play the guitar. I won't change jobs. I won't ask for a raise. That puts the power in your hands. It allows you to realize who is truly controlling your life. I remember Stephen Covey, he used to say this to his students when they asked if they could miss class or didn't get an assignment done. They would come to him and say, Dr. Covey, I can't make it to class this day because of, and he would say, no, I understand. If you're not going to be here, I get it. But I want you to rephrase what you just said. He would tell them, say, I am choosing not to come to your class, Dr. Covey, because I'm choosing to do this other thing. See, how many times do we in everyday life go, I can't make it because of, no, I am choosing not to do what you're asking me to do because of something else. It's the same principle here. So first and foremost, as we move toward a growth mindset, we have to adopt this attitude that it is you and I that are in control of the decisions we make, the dreams and goals we pursue, whatever it may be. And it's up to us to not do those things, to decide that we won't do those things. So first of all, here's my little checklist. First thing you got to ask yourself, if you want to, again, you want to play the guitar, you want to learn, you want to take lessons. Is it legal? Last time I checked, yeah, it's legal to play the guitar in all 50 states in America. I think even in Europe, for crying out loud, that it is legal. Now, granted, that is meant to be a bit of a tongue-in-cheek question, but let's face it, a lot of these things are this simple. What I want you to realize is that a lot of the things that could have the greatest impact on your life, you really have no reason to not be going after. So first of all, is it legal? Yeah, okay. Well, let's say the answer to that is, yep, it's legal. How about, has it been done before? Now, I doubt there's many of you out there that are watching this that you're wanting to do something that has never been done before. Now, as sure as I say that, if you're an extreme sport athlete, like I just reported on from Stephen Kotler's book, The Rise of Superman, now you characters, you're probably thinking about, yeah, I want to do something that's never been done before. That's the whole essence of what extreme sports is. So, but if you're an extreme athlete, you already have a growth mindset locked down. So here's what we can learn from those folks. They go after things that have never been done before, believing that while they cannot do it today, one day they might be able to, because if they can fit it in here, then they can probably fit it out here in the real world. And so that's what makes these guys amazingly different, is they have this growth mindset. So as for you, if it's been done before, which most likely it has, why not you? Why can't you do it? It's been proven. Roger Bannister, whenever he finally broke the 5-minute mile, after that, there was 5-minute miles broken, one after another. Boom, 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 boom. It had never been done before. They actually said that Bannister would die. His heart would explode if he ran below a 5-minute mile. Yet once he did it, once it became a reality, then others started to believe. It got up here that this can be done. So here's what I'm telling you. If that thing that you're wanting to go after, if it's been done, then there's a dang good chance you could do it too. How about this one? It's pretty common when you start to get my age especially. I'm 46 years old. I'm reaching that proverbial midpoint, although I don't think it's the midpoint for me. I think I'm maybe a third of the way through this ride. Do the math, and yeah, that's how I'm rolling. But it gets pretty common about this age to think, maybe I should have been a lawyer. Or maybe I should go back and just go back to school for the fun of it. Not because I want to get married and start a family and I need a job and a college degree needs to be a part of that mix, but I just want to go back for the pure enjoyment of learning. But I'm just too old. I'm 46. Crap. 4 years, I'd be 50 when I graduated. How many of you are thinking that right now? Here's the deal. Zig Ziglar used to say that the only difference between you pursuing it now and 4 years from now is you'll be 4 years older. Because here's a little secret, folks. God willing, no unnatural circumstances or maybe natural horrible circumstances happen to you and you see your birthday 4 years from now. If you're this person wanting to go and let's say you want to get a law degree. It's going to take you 4 years going part-time. You're 50 now. Aside from your death, you're going to show up at your 54th birthday with one or two things happening. Either one, you're 4 years older, still no law degree. But here's what will also be there. You'll be 4 years older with less likelihood of it ever becoming a reality, but probably no less regretful that it hasn't yet. That's the weird thing about these dreams and goals and ambitions, that the things that we really, really want to do, they tend to never go away. Think about it. Think about the biggest things in your life, the really, really, those huge ambitions that you've had, that you've actually gone after, or the ones that you still have. How long has it been there? Why aren't you doing something about it? Why are you saying, I won't do that thing? Because, like I said, you're either going to be 4 years older with the degree or 4 years older with that much more regret. So go after it. How about this? What would it mean to not ever try? I wrote a blog post a while back called Making Regret Your Enemy. I freaking hate regret. I thank God that at this point in my life, I have started to make a bold and concerted effort to extinguish as much regret as I possibly can from my life. Here's the deal. There is no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. There's not. There's only the gold that you picked up along the way and filled up the pot. And I don't want to be lying there on the proverbial deathbed and looking at my pot and going, God, there's not much gold in here, but there could have been. I didn't pick up enough gold along the way. To me, that would be a horrible thing. And so you have to really put yourself in a mental state of, what is life going to look like if I never even try this thing? If I never even go after it? Because here's a little secret, folks. I can tell you this right now. One day I would love nothing more than to see you and 15,000 other people at American Airlines Stadium listening to me motivate you, excite you, and make you realize what you're truly capable of. That's a dream, that's an ambition. And I'm going to do little things like create these videos and hopefully someone will happen to randomly come across it and go, yeah, why the hell am I not doing that thing? I'm glad that I listened to that goofball from Texas with his horrible accent, calling himself the Vitruvian guy, tell me that I should probably get after this because I'm only going to get older and the dream's not going to go away. Even if I never get to meet you at American Airlines Stadium, I will die knowing that I tried to get there. And I will know that along the way, a couple of people tuned in and got the message. I will know that. And that's enough. That's enough. It's the pursuit. It's the journey. That's where the gold gets gathered along the way. So what's it going to mean to you if this thing that you've got in the back of your brain, if it never happens, hopefully you feel some pain from that. Really meditate on that. Sit and go, man, what if I never do go after this thing? And oh, and by the way, the whole idea of going back to school, you think you're too old? Have you ever heard of Nola Oakes from Dodge City, Kansas? Well, Nola was 96 when she received a college degree. 96, oldest person ever. Now, I've got a sneaking suspicion that every person on the other side of that camera, out there in the YouTube's land or wherever this is getting to you, you're probably not anywhere close to Nola's age. So if Nola can do it, so can you. And you say to yourself, well, yeah, but Jason, Nola's 96 years old. What's she going to do with the degree? Who the hell cares? She got the degree. Do you really think about this, because this is something that used to haunt me all the time. I used to think, I've got to achieve these things right now, but at a certain age, so that I can enjoy it that much longer. But when's the last time that you received something? Let's say that you received the money for a bill, and you got it paid off. Did you go back and wallow in regret, saying, gosh, if I'd only had that paid 3 months ago and that thing? No, you're just happy in that moment. The fact is, whatever it is that you're going to pursue, you'll be so happy at that moment. You're not going to live in the past. So don't let time be your enemy. Let it be your friend. You see, I have this philosophy, as crazy as it is. I always hear people say, live like there's no tomorrow. That is absolutely stupid, because you tell some people to live like there's no tomorrow, they're going to go out and bang hookers, snort coke, and eat terrible, and do just all kinds of crazy crap they shouldn't be doing because they think there's no tomorrow. I have a better idea. Why don't you live like there's a lot of tomorrows out there, but you got to make the most of today so that they will be better and better and better. It's not binary. It's not one or the other. Live today with purpose so that those tomorrows, you'll stack them up and they get better and better and better. They compound. So finally, this is the big one. Is there any part of you that thinks that whatever this thing is that's personal to you, that it can be done? Now, here's the deal. You do. You do. You think it can be done, or you wouldn't think it. You actually believe it. I mean, and look, hey, here's the deal. By comparison with some of the stuff that the human race has achieved over the years, whatever it is you're thinking is not that crazy. It's not. It's not. I mean, people used to look up at the freaking moon and go, we're going to go there. They made science fiction movies about it. You go all the way back to, I guess it was Arthur Clarke, maybe, that he picked up a comic book, a pulp fiction comic book about a giant gun that shot to the moon, that later inspired him to become a real-life rocket scientist and figure out a way to propel people into space. There was a time when people had the crazy notion of going to the moon, splitting an atom, taking the heart out of one human being and putting it in another human, taking a pig's heart out of a pig and putting it in a human being. Where does your thing, your dream, your ambition, where does it stack up against those things that have happened? So if you think, and I know you do, that there's just some little piece of you that believes that you actually can pull it off, let me just tell you right now, you can. You can. The goofy Vitruvian guy from Texas said you could, and I know you can. But you have to adopt a growth mindset that says, just because where you are today doesn't mean you can't get to where you want to go tomorrow. It may take a bunch of tomorrows, but you have got to start believing that there is at least a possibility. And it doesn't require luck. It doesn't require being born to the right family. It doesn't require anything out of your control. You have so much power and so much more control than what you really realize. And so that's what a growth mindset is all about. It's having the belief, and it's not just some believe it and achieve it. It is, but you know what I mean? It's not just name it and claim it. No. It's having a firm grasp of the reality that you can grow beyond where you currently are. So with that, that's a huge piece, in my opinion, of the improve always in always motto. It's having a growth mindset that says, if today I'm in horrible, horrible health, and that's just the way it is, all my family has been overweight, battled heart disease, I was cursed with bad genetics. No, hell no. It's, yeah, I've got some challenges that maybe everyone doesn't have, but I have the ability to change the trajectory. I own that ability. So, with that, I hope you've enjoyed this little installment. I think I'll put this in the playlist of best practices, and go adopt a growth mindset. Please reach out to me. You can go to my website and at jasonrightnow.com and let me hear from you. You know, anything that I want to share ideas. What are you working on? I want to encourage you. I want to pull for you. Please join the Facebook group, the VitruvianProject.com. That's why the VitruvianProject.com. That's the actual website. But the Facebook group, the Vitruvian Project. Come in, join. You got to answer one little question. Are you willing and do you want to improve always and always? That's it. I want to create a community of people supporting each other in every endeavor. Mindfulness, emotional stability, nutrition, health and wellness, whatever the case may be. A group of people that understand that getting themselves right, improving to reach, as John Wooden said, he used to say that if I could actually make a player play as close to their full potential as possible, I knew we could win. And that's all he worried about. He never worried about the score. He never even said winning very much. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar once said that he never remembers hearing Coach Wooden once say the word win. What Coach Wooden was interested in is taking a group of players and coaching them to where they would reach as close to their absolute maximum potential as possible. And if they did that, the chances of winning were great. That's what the Vitruvian Project is all about. It's taking every aspect of your life, perfect proportion, taking every aspect and reaching your full potential in each and every area. That's my goal for myself, and that's what I hope to spill over into you all and anyone that happens to come across this. So with that, thanks so much for listening, and have an incredible day, and go out there and improve always in all ways. Thank you.